Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to season 46's Far Albion Cup draw. This is the full draw. This is all of the teams together, right through from this round to the semi and grand finals. Let's then have a look at what the draw is going to look like. As I say, this is just to be a slightly different format to normal. So here we go, as always, welcome to this season's Far Albion Cup draw, the UK BBL's Premier Cup competition. And to check out the rules and regulations, always head to the UK BBL website and check out the Far Albion Cup area. Okay, so the grand final venue this season will be held at the Bloody Arena. That was actually the same location as last season, where Tales from the Crypt and Max Damage got another Far Albion Cup trophy under his belt, with Evalure Aurora being the star player there, finally into the Hall of Fame. I think only around about 12 SPP to go until he's made legendary. Well, he is legendary now in the halls of the Far Albion Cup's MVP. So here's the route to victory. We've already played round one, so that was Keith Carr and Robert J. Powell. They played out the round one tie. It was the Skaven of Keith Carr's who came through on that. Keith's Cripple Cup side, Cripple Vermin, have only actually lost one game in their entire existence, and that was against Tap's Morbid Initiation last season in the quarterfinals. So doing really, really well, Keith, with those Skaven sides. They will be a danger when they come into any team this season. Round two will be the next 2 weeks. That's 16 teams, so that's basically everybody else who entered. There's a massive dip in numbers entering this season, possibly just with everything opening up. A lot more people are kind of getting back into their game groups, which is absolutely fine. But 27 teams last season, I will hope to kind of get up to that in the future. Might be, and we have to wait until Blood Bowl 3 for that to happen now. But we'll see. Hopefully we can get a few more new entries next season. Quarterfinals will be the following 2 weeks, so basically up to Easter weekend. Semi-finals will be the 2 weeks after that, so taking us almost to the end of April, with the grand final just being a week long. This is just because the regular season is now only 9 weeks instead of the usual 11. So this is just to try and make sure that there's no overlapping between seasons. The commissioners have been really, really good at getting things moving in the postseason. So I think this time we only had 2 weeks. I think previously it's been 3. So well done, commissioners, for getting us all organised and getting us playing again. It does make the hole in my life filled in when I've got the regular season to look forward to. So thank you very much for all your work from the rest of us. Okay, so unlike previous seasons, as I mentioned right at the top of this draw, going forwards, we're actually going to do round 2 as the rest of the draw. So it will only be a maximum of 2 videos instead of 3. And probably round 1 will be just a very light, just sort of live thread with just the names being picked out. This will be the main one. So hopefully you can see what I've designed now is basically a flowchart. So teams will be drawn in basically their positions into a set of the draw, and essentially they'll progress through the draw. So you will know your route to the final and who you could potentially play, who you'll play in the next round, who you could play in the semi-finals, and then the grand final. So it should make it quite interesting. Coaches will at least get some clarity, kind of knowing what's going to happen, and also it saves a little bit of time for myself as well. Although saying that, I have had to take something like 6 attempts to get this video recorded, so it'll just get a little bit of practice. Okay, so let's actually get on to the draw then. I don't have my visualizer this time, So what I'm just going to have is, first of all, I'll just remind you of the teams. So these are the 16 teams that are in the second round draw for this season. So only 17 teams entered. So a lot of regular entries. Two, I think, just to point out, having a last hurrah. So Double Vision and Peace Frog having a wretched season in the conference with his Frogs from Space, his Kislev side. They've really struggled in the first 3 weeks of the season. I'm pretty sure he's going to be happy to take his Double Vision side back into the cup to give him a bit of a chance. It has been a horrible season for Peace Frog. And Delves with a Stick, the same with Duck, really. A really awful first couple of games with his Wood Elf side, just testing to see whether he wants to take them into tabletop competitions. Had a good friendly with Duck in the pre-season. Duck certainly knows what he's doing with these elves. They are the Dark Elves, though. These ones, he's taking his previous Prem side back into the cup, and again, I think we'll have a little bit of relief that there may be a win on the horizon without lots of injuries to worry about. So let's actually get to the draw then. So I'm going to switch on my draw part. That's the bit I didn't want. That bit. What was the bit that I wanted? I wanted this bit, I believe. Hopefully that's still viewable. Yep, there we go. So what I'll do is I'll draw the balls, and you can see what numbers each team are. I'll just show the screen. It doesn't matter that I haven't got my visualizer this time. It's because I'm not in it. I usually use the visualizer to make sure that I'm, you believe that I'm not fixing a draw. Although, with an electronic game, I'm not going to take it that seriously, but you never know. So I've got all 16 in my little pot here. I'm going to draw them out. I'll show them to you as I normally do, and I'll move them into the letters. So what we'll know is A will play B, C will play D, E will play F, G will play H, I will play J, K will play L, M will play N, and O will play P. So I will fill in the teams. You will know who you're playing in that first round, and essentially those next pairs will be your potential quarterfinal opponents. So the winners of A and B will play the winners of C and D, and so on and so forth. So this should be a good way of you knowing, sort of, first of all, who's your opponents for round 2, who's your potential opponents for quarterfinals, what's your side of the draw for the semi-finals, and then who you might be playing against in the final. So remember, those teams that are drawn on the left, they will not play any of the teams on the right until the grand final. So you could have a tough half of the draw. I think all the teams in this season's Far Albion Cup are really tough teams. 3 Orcs, 3 Chorf sides, 2 Necros. There's a few Elven sides in there, and of course the 1 Skaven, or the 2 Skaven sides. So it is a very mixed field, with the humans kind of put in there as the jack of all trades in the middle. So it should be an interesting draw. So let's get it underway then. Here comes the first one. As I say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull out the teams, and then what I'll do is I'll pull the teams from the top and fill them in for you. So here we go with the first name out of the hat. The first team, so A will be number 4. So number 4 is the Down Under Thunders. So let's move them into the A position. So that's them drawn. They will play. So I'm working with quite a small space because baby's asleep downstairs. A couple of jump out. I'll play number 2. So Feynork will play the Down Under Thunders. That's Altdorf East versus Altdorf West. Interesting. Next time. I should say that the top team obviously will always be the home side. Okay, if that makes sense. So we will do it that way. So it will just I'll find a way to make sure that there's a randomization for home sides. Here's the next side anyway. 13. So that's Skyburners. So they will be at home for this fixture. And again, I'll find some way to randomize the who's at home and who's away for the next one. I'll probably just do a coin flip before the game and do it that way. So sorry, this is a little bit slower than normal. First time I'm doing this, but again, should save some time going forwards. 11. That's interesting smells. So Wood Elves against Necro. That will be interesting. No other Necro sides in this Far Albion Cup. So Pedders has not got the obligatory mirror match. Number 9. So number 9 is the Hosmere Wild Hogs, who today beat Coach Krell's Darkland Damon Smiths. So the Wild Hogs will be at home in this round with the draw. They will play number 16. Liam's got a tough ask actually in this one. There are no easy fixtures actually in this entire draw, but playing the Vermin will be challenging. They will take probably a Halfling Master Chef because they don't have any rerolls. Their TV is quite low. That can be a potential problem. Number 3. That's Bearded Rage. So Morts, Chorfs, flying high in the Prem this season, actually doing really well and good stuff. There are dark horses for last season's Far Albion Cup and went out in the first round. So here's hoping for a little bit better a run. Let's see who you've got. Number 7. That's Last Bash for Glory. So 2 former Altdorf East foes, I believe. One Altdorf West, one Altdorf East. So Barmy Army's Orcs up against the Chorfs. So Claw against the non-Claw. That will be an interesting fixture. So that's one side of the draw. So you've got 2 Orcs and 2 Chorfs in that side of the draw. That's a challenging side. So tap and max damage. So the 2 finalists from last season will meet before the grand final this season. 12. That's double vision. So Peace Frog will have home advantage in his first game back with the Dwarves. They will play number 14. So both coaches who are returning previous franchises are going to play each other. So that will be really fascinating. So one coach is going to have a very short journey with their former franchise. Number 6. So number 6 is Darkland Demon Smith. So Coach Krell, they went out in the first round last season with his Chorfs, now playing in the Altdorfs, will be, just try and widen this a little bit, hopefully that doesn't take anything off the image there. Yeah, no, that's all fine, that's good. So yeah, they went out in the first round last season. Who have they got? So it's the current champions, a potentially tricky tie against Lizard Men. Just the Bullies, nasty human side. The Avalon Arrows, resurgent back in the Prem, and another Lizardman side in Waldorf's Pahua Paladins. I think that's how I say it. So the Damon Smiths have got number 10. So that's the Paladins. So Waldorf will play against Coach Krell, Chorf against Lizardmen. Number 1. That's Tales from the Crib. So the current champions are going to be at home to start the defence of their title. Remember, they have won the last 2 Far Albion Cups. So they're going to play humans, high elves, or lizardmen. I have to say, Max, if you do play Taps lizardmen, they are in a very different state to what they were after Rabid Leghumper of the Riders with Death got hold of them. It's not been a great start with Claw for Tap. However, you're going to be playing number 15. So that's Bane's High Elves. That could be a really, really tricky tie, I think, for the Skaven. They're not going to try and play Bash. They're not going to try and take the heads off the Skaven, but you know, they could try and outscore them. It's a 6-5 result, I think, in the semi-finals. I can't remember who against, but it was between 2 far sides. So let's see who's going to be at home between Just a Bully and Tap. It's number 8. So Just a Bully will be at home to number 5, which is Tap's Morbid Initiation. So there we go, folks. That is the full round 2 draw. So you can see who's playing each other and who you will play against next in the next set of fixtures. As I say, what I will do is just hidden behind camera, I'll just do a coin flip and I will just put up on the fixtures who was home and who was away. Hopefully people don't get too hung up on not being able to see that, but it will be random. I can also do it using the Spike bot if people prefer. So there we go. So it will be the Thunders against the Feynork. Skyburns will be at home to Interesting Smells. The Crippled Vermin of the Cripple Cup champions will play the Wild Hogs. Bearded Rage, last season's Dark Horses, I think they might do a little bit better this season. We'll play the Last Bash. But Barmy Army is going well in the Altdorf East. He will be tough. The 2 returning teams, Double Vision and Dells with a Stick, will play each other, with the Vision being at home. The Demon Smiths will play the Paladins at home. Tales from the Crib will get their defence underway against Bane's Arrows, and the Corsairs will try and stop the initiation from getting into yet another semi-final and grand final at the first hurdle at home. So there we go. That is the full draw for round 2. I'll just remind you what those dates are again. So threads to appear, they will appear each Sunday fortnight, so they will appear by by 9 o'clock. Ignore that date. Availability will be posted by the following Thursday after the threads have appeared, and times to be played by 7 o'clock of the round end date. So that'll be 7 o'clock 2 weeks from when those threads appear. So for this one, it will be the 27th of March. So all that's remaining me to say is good luck with this season's Far Albion Cup. This will be the only time that you'll see my lovely face. I think that's probably a good thing. However, I wish you a very, very good tournament. I wish you a very good season. May Nuffle bless your blocking dice, as Bob says, and have a brilliant Easter. And I'll see you towards the summer. Take care.